What's the second most popular movie in the theaters right now? It's Death of a Unicorn. To see if we like it or not, or if we're going to like it or not, are Bart and Jennifer Mills, our local movie reviewers. Welcome, Bart and Jen.
Good morning.
All right, so this is kind of like a horror-comedy movie, I believe.
Right. So let me give you the story quickly. So you've got a father-daughter duo, and right away they hit a unicorn with their car. They bring the unicorn to a wilderness retreat owned by the dad's boss, who is a mega wealthy pharmaceutical CEO.
All right.
And that's the synopsis of the movie.
That's a short synopsis.
Well, it then, eventually morphs into a sort of monster horror kind of thing.
Yeah,
At least it tries to.
We can say it. The unicorn's parents, who are also, of course, unicorns, end up coming back to seek revenge, and they're not as fluffy and nice as you would have to believe.
Right. So when I was watching the trailer, it kind of looked like a slasher movie. It reminded me of the horror movie with Michael Myers, except it's a unicorn going after people.
That's kind of what they're going for. I think this is a combination of sort of a Roger Corman-esque creature flick with the, contemporary sort of ironic comedy. It's got the cast for it. I mean, Paul Rudd, who's always, almost always great. You got Jenna Ortega, Will Poulter, who is probably the one guy I would say actually had some good lines in this, as kind of the boy, the son of the rich oligarch family. But by and large, I mean, it's supposed to be a slasher flick. It gets a little gruesome about halfway through or the last quarter anyway. But the comedy part's the part that doesn't really pull together.
No, the jokes just never hit.
Ah, very interesting. So I'm a big fan of Paul Rudd. I think he's fantastic. I think he's wonderful. When I saw that he was in this movie, I kept thinking, oh, this is probably pretty good. But, well, no. Now, this movie is rated R. It's also an hour and 44 minutes. I'm guessing the rated R is just mainly for the violence.
Yeah, there's some gore and some language, I guess. But I mean, you're right about Paul Rudd. I mean, he's a great, he's a lot of fun usually. He's pretty predictably good in most movies. The problem here is, like with all the other characters, he's entirely unlikable. He just kind of comes off as this, he does this beta male thing, which is funny always. But he's the father of Jenna Ortega, and he doesn't help her out. He doesn't do anything good. He goes against his better instincts at all times. And so, of course, the folks who are the pharmaceutical reps, or the pharmaceutical owners, I should say, they're evil to start with. And then Jenna Ortega is kind of a, just an angry teen. So there's really, you have people you have unicorns trying to kill people. You got to have somebody to root for in a movie. There's nobody to root for because they're all just kind of
except the butler. He's the only person in the whole movie you might want to root for.
All right, so let's go to my favorite website, which is, of course, what?
Rotten Tomatoes.
Rotten Tomatoes, yes. So let's see what they say. Now, the audience approval rating for this movie was 78% approval. So
wow,
not
been on drugs.
High, not too high, but pretty.
No,
good.
It's. I mean, and the thing is, it's not. These are the tough movies because I'm sure there's an audience for it out there. It's not it's not so bad that it might be good someday. This isn't Showgirls. This is, it's just so mediocre. And the problem is there's nothing worse than being a disappointment. So you're using good talent. You've got A24, which is probably one of the best studios working right now. You've got artistic freedom. And then you end up with nothing out of it that's new or unique, or it's an eat the rich kind of parable that just doesn't work. And so it's worse than being bad. It's disappointing.
Oh no! So I have a feeling I know what you're going to say with this. We're going to the big reveal. Are we giving this a big thumbs up, a thumbs down, or just somewhere in the middle?
If I had more than 2 thumbs, I would give it that. I really, really disliked this movie.
Yeah, I'm more moderated as always because she is incapable of having any gray areas in anything. It's either I love you or I hate you. She deals with people the same way, so stay on her good side. But it's not a good movie. I don't recommend it. It's a thumbs down. I'm not. If it's on a Saturday afternoon and you're not paying for it, maybe check in.
I wouldn't even watch it then.
It really isn't. There's plenty of other things to watch.
All right, so 2 big thumbs down for Death of a Unicorn. Well, Bart and Jen, thanks so much for coming out today. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
All right, well, don't go away because we have more to be returned.